Yo, what's good? It's the Pad Masters Radio Show.
Oh,
You know what I mean? River West Radio, 104.1 FM, WXRW.
LP.
Music news and interviews for producers,
by producers.
no doubt. And just for the record, the reason why y'all can't see me yet, I'm going through some technicalities. Just give me a minute, but we gonna still kick this off.
Yeah.
The SD card was locked on the camera, so we good.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that time.
Don't forget to get the right side of your face, the perfect side,
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
The good side.
Yes.
We good. So yeah, man. This is a very, very special episode today, man. This is crazy, man, because we got man. Oh no, first and foremost, man. Let me introduce my squad, man. The Milwaukee Pad Masters. You know what I'm saying? We got
Lido
You got your boy Elite Tracks.
and your boy Hurricane.
no doubt, man. We are the Milwaukee Pad Masters. There's a lot of us, but we're the ones that's here today. You heard?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? There you go.
Gang, already.
There we go. Now I'm
Yes.
back. I'm back. Here we go. My bad, y'all. I'm back.
Back in the ugly.
Back in the game.
Yes.
No,
Back
I'm
in
just
the-
playing.
Back in the ugliest guy there is, no doubt.
Uh,
So yeah, man, yo, check this out, man. We got something special today, man.
What we got?
This is episode 7. Make some noise for episode 7, man.
Seven. Oh,
Make some noise for episode 7.
sorry, I tried to whistle and I just couldn't. So
Yeah, man.
just forget that.
yeah, save the whistles.
Make some noise episode 7, man. We got the one and only, man. Let me just introduce this guy right here. We got the one and only. The one. This is like the godfather of finger drumming. One of the godfathers, man. He's like, I'm pretty sure y'all heard of the Arab musics and y'all heard of the Trizzy tracks. Y'all heard of the, even me, y'all heard of the, y'all heard of some names out here. But when it comes to this finger drumming thing of ours, man, there's not many people. There's not nobody like David Fingers Haynes. I can rest assured. man.
Absolutely not.
Right.
It's just not. You know what I'm saying?
Kind fella.
One of a
Right.
kind, man. And and not only does he finger drum, he's an actual drummer. We're gonna get to that later, but he's just an overall musician, an overall good brother. He also teaches his techniques to a lot of people from all over the world, which are also my peers. My guy, God Cloud, speaks highly of him, man. He pretty much was taught under the direction of David Fingers Haynes. And it actually shows too. If you listen to God Cloud stuff, you watch his stuff, it shows too, man. I'm talking about this is the God finger drummer right here, man.
Right.
David Fingers Haynes, man. What up, bro?
Hey, what's up? Appreciate y'all for having me. Really appreciate it.
We appreciate you here, sir.
Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Definitely.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
just for the record, the time zones in Milwaukee is different from the time zones in Germany. So we all know that the show starts here in Milwaukee at 4:00 Central Time. What time is it over there right now?
It is, it's 3 after 11.
Yeah.
They do that they did the military time, so it's 23:03.
Oh yeah.
So make some noise for David Fingers
Right.
Haynes, man, for
Right.
staying up late
For
with us,
sure,
man.
yeah.
Word them up, man.
Taking this
Right.
time after hours.
Yeah, for sure.
No
Shit.
doubt, man. Like, we got to get to this interview, man. So I'm finna kick off Pad Masters news right now. So
Yes.
the way I do this is I say Pad Masters news. Now,
What we talking about today?
Yeah, yo. So I was scrolling on social media, and I saw
What
that
you see?
Pharrell Williams and Hugo Chad
Yeah.
are in court.
Really?
I didn't see that.
They're in court for the Neptunes.
Oh, wow.
Now this is
Whoa.
interesting.
The reason why this is Pad Masters news, man, because if you're just you ain't got to be a producer. Just if you're a music lover in general,
Mm-hmm.
you know the contribution Neptunes had in the game. You know,
Mhm.
as
Yeah.
far as the hit singles that they've created together, you know,
Yeah.
under the Neptune's name. The
Yeah.
album Clones. Clones was a classic, B.
Yeah.
Like
That was lit.
still is. You know what I'm saying? Like I still bump Clones. I ain't gonna hold you. So, you know, the fact that they're in this type of legal battle, it's crazy. Kind of remind you of the whole, you know, Jay-Z,
Mhm.
Dame Dash
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
type of thing and all that. And you know, that's happening right now, man.
Man, it's
You
crazy.
know, the Neptunes are not Neptuning right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad, and it's really sad that, in my opinion, when you build something with somebody, and then it takes off to becoming a household name, and
Mhm.
but y'all did that together. There's
Right.
no big eyes, little U's, or nothing like that. It's just very sad to see that these two brothers, these two individuals, can't come up with some kind of, you know, agreement. Like y'all both built it.
Right.
Right.
You understand?
That
So
should
it's
just
just,
be a separate entity, and then they should just go their separate, do whatever they gonna do
right.
Right.
with their own name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but like business is business, and the music business is one of those situations. It the music business can be, it can either go two ways for you, B. It can either be a good experience or a bad experience, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
and there's
I
certain
think there's a
levels.
lot of more bad experiences than good
Yeah,
experiences too.
yeah, definitely. And like there's there are levels of legalities that, you know, sometimes has to be addressed in those situations, man. So I want to know what y'all think. And like also David Fingers Haynes, if you want to chime in up on the news too, you know, you're more than welcome. But what do y'all think
Yeah,
about this, man?
well, when it comes to success, I mean, you know, people define it differently. You know, I mean, it's really important to stay linked to family, to people that you've known that have been around with you since the beginning.
Right.
You know, and ultimately to know the reason why you play, why you're a musician, and why, you know, do you. Uh, some people are in it just for the money and whatever they think they can get things and all of that. But
Right.
if you are really doing what you do just because you love it, you know, there can be some naivety that can come with that too. People can be naive when they get into business deals and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Definitely.
good to have a crew, you know, who knows legal things, structure, and things of that nature. But you really gotta just know know your why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? You
Right,
know,
right.
Right.
and like what I'm going to get into later, I guess, with some of the questions, like why and how I started. You know, I'll get into that. You know, some people just pick up something and just be like, I'm doing this because they see others doing something.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it came out of a real need.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We get to
Right.
that because I was in the
Yeah.
same man. Shoot, I started figure drumming because I saw y'all doing it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got FPC too, but no, we
Yeah.
can get to that. We get
Right.
to that. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I just think it's kind of sad how they can't separate
Yeah.
you know, the two differences or work something out. You know, the Neptunes is the Neptune, so I think the Neptune should just, that's different. You know, that's like Rockefeller. You know, ain't nothing ever gonna beat that, and nothing that's Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Rockefeller, Neptune should be Neptunes, and then if they go their separate ways, like Jay and Dame did, and they just venture out, and, you know.
Right. Because I mean, they're both two persons that created one entity.
Yeah.
So if you're going to court over the namesake of this entity, I mean, what's the use of it? I mean, you know, you're both going to get your royalties no matter what.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
just like I agree with you.
Somebody
Leave
being
it
greedy. you
right.
know? They're
Leave,
trying to be.
yeah, and leave things how it is, and you know, just let your income flow from that, and just go to other ventures.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel like that too. You know, like Mick said, the Neptunes ain't Neptuning. Y'all should be
They ain't
y'all
Neptune.
should be out of this planet. Y'all on Earth in court.
Mhm.
Like, what are y'all doing?
You know what? You know what? I just pulled. Yo, I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but I just pulled up Pusha T, which is an artist that works very closely with the
With Kanye.
Neptune.
oh
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Right?
noted
The
too.
clips.
Is saying that he's disgusted by the stupidity of the Neptune's court dispute. Now, this is somebody that worked very
Yeah, I
close with
think
both. Like they put him on.
Yep,
Right.
He got put on by
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah,
We all
they
remember.
pretty much.
Oh,
burnt
yeah.
him.
He said King Push said this is foolish. It's akin to when Ralph and Johnny bought the right to the name New Edition, not for the purpose of greed, but to keep it out of someone else's hands.
Unquote.
It was all so bad then. Why did he not sue for Nerd too?
Right. Yeah,
Right.
because that was that is
That was another
Yeah.
entity.
yeah.
Yeah.
So who's suing who? So it looks like Chad is suing
Real.
Pharrell.
Well, then
Mm.
there has to be a dispute with the contract or something, or lack thereof, or something of the sort. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you rocking with your boy, and like David was saying, you know, you doing it for the love, and that's what it seemed like both of them was doing for the love. Of course, you getting paid and everything like that, but then something is weird. Something is weird right now.
Something weird, man.
Because
Yeah, there's some tension somewhere
something there-
because that's the reason the
That's what I'm
lawsuit.
saying. Man.
Yeah.
Like when dollars start flowing, people can change.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah,
Yeah,
especially if your
for sure.
pockets ain't as heavy as the next.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy you say that, man, because these guys, y'all came up from the mud together, bro.
Mhm.
Y'all ain't even have the money y'all had when y'all like now, like y'all built that empire together, man. So it just sad. It just when I look at stuff like that, man, it just bothers me, bro.
Mhm.
It's been like even like starting off with the Jay-Z and Dame joint is like that bothered me because
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
there's no Dame Dash without Jay-Z. There's no Jay-Z without Dame Dash.
Because that's
Right.
how we've
And it-
seen it be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
the same thing about the whole thing with the Neptunes. There's no Chad without Pharrell, vice versa. Even though Pharrell was more on camera than
Right.
Chad, and it's always seemed like the person that's more on camera at the time ends up getting the
Right.
one that gets the lawsuit.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So basically, they Neptuning their way to a failed Mercury retrograde. If you see what I
Here you go. Here you go with the analogy.
hey man, analogy king.
You
So
can always count on Hurricane for the most craziest on point analogies in the universe, bro. Yo,
that's
they be
right.
on point though, but they be wild though.
Yeah.
But you know what? You made me think of something else. Like right now, we're just talking about two individuals. There could be like a third party, somebody outside that's saying, "Hey, you should take this route. You could get this. You could do that without so and so. You know what I mean? So there's always that too.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said it because I was thinking that too. Like maybe it's another person that was maybe it's another person that was in Pharrell ear, or maybe it's another person that was in Chad.
No, it's Chad. Chad was the one
So-
that set the lawsuit up.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
well, hey, and this might have been over time too. Like who knows? This
It's
might have
definitely
been
over time. We-
definitely.
absolutely.
letting his net
Somewhere.
worth go up.
When was
and
the
then
last time you
finally
see-
just slap him? My bad, bro.
You good?
Right.
You finally just slap him with this suit. Like now you worth
Yeah.
this many million or $1 billion. I don't know.
When was the
what
last time
his
you
net
see-
worth is right now?
When was the last time you seen them together?
It's been a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Been a
and
long time.
most off, I haven't seen Chad anywhere in a long time.
Yeah, I
either,
haven't.
you know?
I haven't. Like doing separate stuff.
Right.
Doing anything individually. So it might be a money grab. He might be hurting. You know what I'm saying? He might.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but
Right.
overall, it is what it is.
What?
I think we should let's keep it going. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
No. Well, no. Let me just say one thing before we get, because you got 1 minute. Let me say 1 minute, man,
Okay.
for all the musicians out there that's dropping their music, man, and then the music has your name on it, right? And then you share your music on your social media, and then Facebook flags you,
Oh
and,
yes.
and they takes your account. They take your whole account. That's what they did to my man Elite Tracks right here.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm dealing with that right now.
Right now.
Right now. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no customer service. There's
There's
nobody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And all they do is just send you through a loop.
Yeah.
They send
Yeah.
you through a loop because I done tried to hit who I could hit and
Yeah.
let them know that I own all of my content,
Right,
and
right.
give them my ASCAP, member ID and everything.
And it doesn't have
like,
to,
yo, look, this
Yeah.
is mine.
Right.
and not to cut you off, it has nothing to do with sample. It has nothing to do with
Nah,
sample.
it's nothing to do with
Nothing to
that.
do with sample.
It's I don't know how the AI can't pick up on that. That's
Yeah.
weird. How can the AI not
The
pick up?
algorithm.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, like come on. If I'm Elite Tracks on this page and I'm Elite Tracks Productions on this page,
Yeah.
and you see these images on both pages, how can you not, figure that out?
Absolutely.
But I'm getting inbox talking about I'm being looked at for copyright infringement. Like I'm using somebody else's identity to move
And it's
my
them.
music.
Right.
Well, maybe this
Yeah,
could
that
be a good thing
I mean,
because
I seen me, myself, and Irene, but I mean that's
find to talk to somebody, see if you could get your page monetized.
Yeah.
right.
No, we gotta holler at Jason Sanford. Jason Sanford, we gonna call you, B. Jason
Yeah,
Sanford's
yeah.
personal artist relations at DistroKid. I'm gonna give you a call
Yeah.
today, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
But
We gotta
yo,
figure that out.
you're now in tune to the Pad Masters radio show, River West Radio 104.1 WXRW.
LP.
Music news and interviews for producers.
By producers.
Let's go, man. Episode 7.
Wow.
David
Sir.
Finger Pond. We're finna kick this interview off, man.
Haynes, homie.
Dang.
We're finna kick this interview off, man. And just so y'all know, man, like I said, man, even the other episodes I talk about how I, know certain people, man. He's just one of the goats, man. And just me in my quest of learning how to finger drum, I came across some of his content, man. It was just overwhelmed with joy and just overwhelmed with just the thirst to learn more. Just this.
I gotta see you play, man.
Oh yeah, you ain't seen me play yet. You
Artist.
ain't seen me play
Nope.
yet. I think. No, you haven't seen me play yet, man. You gonna see. I'm gonna send you a video after this, man, because I have a piece where I tried to be just like you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna send you that piece where I was trying to be just like you. You know what I'm saying?
like Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the mother? Mother, man.
Right.
So
man.
I'm gonna start off with this, man. You as far as the finger drumming, man. Wait, first of all, before we even get into anything,
Rewind.
I need to know your origin, your musical background, like how you even get started in music in the first place.
Okay, well, like I was talking about before, I come from a family of four. Like everybody did something musical. Music was. I come from a family of teachers, professors, musicians, and preachers. Like this is a side note. My dad studied theology with Martin Luther King Jr. The King family, my family, were very close. Like so, during the civil rights movement time. My grandfather was actually the president of the NAACP chapter in Austin, Texas.
All right.
Respect.
And a lot of different things were going on. So, so he sung, and he was very much into opera. His mom, my grandmother, played organ, and she was great.
Right.
Pedals, everything.
Right.
Then my brother Daryl, he played drums. And when I was 11, I went to play on his drum set, and he was like, "Don't you ever touch my drums again."
Oh,
So,
Oh boy.
I can see
yeah.
how siblings
yeah,
be.
Uh-huh.
yeah. I thought he wasn't home. I thought he left, and so my oldest brother, though, he was cool. He gave me my first drum machine, and so I marched.
I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off. Can you give me a time frame? Like when was this?
Okay. Well, I got my first machine actually, I you know how keyboards had like pads. Casio started first making
Boy.
keyboards with like pads on it.
The Indiglo face?
I don't even remember. I don't remember the model number, but it had like these orange pads on it, like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And do y'all have did y'all have service merchandise? A Radio Shack?
Yeah.
Oh, Radio Shack,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to go and play on this machine, and then I got it. My mom got it for me, and so then after that, somewhere in the Cincinnati hat, because that was that period. But I'm actually from South Carolina.
Right. Great.
Okay.
Word.
Yeah.
Shout out to South Carolina, by the way.
Well,
Sure.
Yeah.
Shout out South Carolina.
Yeah, man. So in '86, let me go into this. So where I grew up in Cincinnati, there was, it was a hard area. Like there was, drug dealing and some everything, and where I lived, it was the basketball court, and so everybody came to that area to hear the mixtapes that I was doing, you know, or I played basketball with them. Because I didn't know whether I was gonna pursue basketball or pursue music, because I could have got a scholarship when I went to Central State University.
Oh, nice.
That's,
So you
that's,
can ball.
You might have been
Yeah, I was
David
point guard.
Buckets Haynes.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh
I
man.
I was a point guard. Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
yeah, I played the
David
point.
Buckets Haynes.
You know, that's what's
David
up.
Dimes Haynes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Slumping. Slumping
I got
and
a few
dunking.
for you right now, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
chill.
yeah, man. So, but things got to a point where I got depressed and just dealing with all kinds of family stuff, and so I was in a mental institution. I was at Emerson North Hospital in Cincinnati. That was '86, and they did all kinds of tests to try to help me come out of it. I was at a point where I couldn't look anybody in the eye, couldn't speak, or articulate my ideas. And finally, one guy had an idea to try music therapy. And slowly but surely, that's what started to help me. That's when I realized, you know what, this is what makes me happy. I'm having fun doing this. And I think it was April of '86 when I got out, and then my oldest brother gave me RX-11 Yamaha. And so that was like when you got the two rows of 8.
Yeah.
No dynamics, you know what I mean? No velocity.
Right.
The pads are like the Roland R8, if you remember that machine.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You play,
Right. It's just what's there. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
the
Like
same
you
standard.
gotta turn it up yourself. Like there ain't no there ain't no touch sensitivity, none of that.
nah, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So I got that. My brother gave that to me, and I was like, I looked at it, I was like, man, I don't want this. So I went to a store to try to trade it towards something, and the guy said, I'm not giving you nothing for that. But there was a customer.
Yeah.
There was a customer that was looking for that very machine, and he said, "Listen, I'll trade you my Leasys HR16B. That's the first 16-bit machine."
Oh yeah.
That's- yeah. So I was like, "Okay, all right, we try. I'll try it out for a week." So then after the week, right, I call him back, and his number's disconnected. I was stuck with that machine, but that machine happened to be the same one that I played almost 20 years. If you see all the old videos,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, that's what
Yeah. So how
happened.
do you how do you like you already being a drummer? I'm kind of taking my man's question. My bad.
Oh, no, it's all right.
But you being the drummer and making the transition to
Mhm.
finger drumming, right? Because I actually share the same sentiments. Like I've been playing drums since I was 5, as far as a set. So as
You've
far
been
as
playing way longer than me. You've been playing way longer than me, because I got my first kit '92.
whoa,
Okay.
I started late. That's what I'm saying. But I marched in a marching band, so all of the having to play
Yeah.
traditional,
yeah, me too. Yeah,
like that,
me too.
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yep.
Had to do that marching.
So what
band
happened
stuff.
when you got so what happened with when you got with the finger drumming thing? What happened when you started transitioning that into the 16 pads?
Well, like I mentioned before, the machines I was playing before were like 2x8, and my oldest brother was always saying, you know what, if you switch to the grid, the 4x4, then a lot more people be interested in what you're doing. And I got my first 2000 ABC 2000 in, what was it, 2002 or 3, something like that,
Yeah.
4. And but I wasn't actually trying to play that. I was just using it for sampling.
Yeah.
So I just I grew up like when I was listening to the radio, and I'd have like my head to the mattress. I'd like play on the bed. That'd be like the bass sound, and like if you hit the metal frame, then that's kind of like that kind of sound, right?
Yeah.
It's there.
And so if you're hitting like I'm hitting my chest mound, but let's say it's the mattress, right? Then you got a bass sound. So whatever I was listening to on the radio, I was doing that. So that was kind of the beginning, and I obviously didn't, playing with like a pencil and the big eraser,
Right. Right.
doing, on the table with it,
Right.
all that stuff,
Oh man.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I remember. I definitely remember lunch sessions.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Me at
Yeah,
the lunch
me-
table getting it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being this man alumni, shout out to Harold Vincent.
Yeah.
High
Shout out to
school.
Harold Vincent. Oh,
Golden years right there.
Yeah.
and you know what? One other thing that just came to mind too that really helped was the video games, the dexterity, hand-eye coordination, all that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Atari 2600 when that came out,
2600.
Nintendo, Sega, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Getting those combos in on Killer Instinct was crazy.
Oh,
You had
man.
no-
I tell you, and it was more than just 2 buttons you dealt with that.
That-
So-
Yeah, no, you had to hold back for 2 seconds, push
Yeah.
forward for 2 seconds, punch, kick,
Right.
down
Oh, my
forward,
goodness.
down forward, punch, like
Everything. A masterpiece just to create one combo. So this may have been explained, but with you being a full-blown successful percussionist, so was it difficult to be able to incorporate the same percussionist methods, like what you do with flams, double timing, and rolls?
That's a different question for sure.
But see, that's what I'm trying to say was I was doing that kind of stuff before playing on a table
Man,
with my fingers already.
yeah. All right, so you was already in it right there.
Yeah, I was already doing that kind of stuff before I even had the machines to do it. So
Now that's-
and obviously, with drumming, you have the standard 26 rudiments that you learn. That consist of paradiddles, double stroke, triple stroke roll, flammadiddle, all those kinds of things. And so I just tried to learn how to do that. I mean, matter of fact, like when you hold the sticks, if this is match grip, right? When you have the palms down.
Yeah.
So if you take the stick out, all I did was then extended my finger and put my thumb behind the finger and then play that way. That's the basic, right? If I'm just playing with index fingers,
right.
that's the basic. And then I expanded that,
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Man.
Nailed it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I heard now, I haven't seen, but what I heard is that you got this ridiculous drum set. And now did you basically just mic up your drums and add those into the MP? Like when you do your videos and have that acoustic drum sound?
No, you know what? I haven't done that, but I'm working on a library.
Okay.
I'm taking a pause.
dope.
I'm taking a pause, but I'm about to continue that real soon after the 15th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
There's
just
drum-
stock. So that's
it
just
might-
stock you're using in the MP?
Say it
Like-
again?
Stock drum sounds? Was that what you're using in the MP?
Oh no! I got connected with TuneTrack that makes Easy Drummer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what you did. I got connected
Okay.
with them and with Matthias Eklund. That's the head sound engineer in 2007 when I played when I did the first NAMM show I did. And so and I was playing at Elisa's HR16B, and so people came and it was like, "What is he doing?" And
Right.
so that's how I connected with them and been connected with them ever since, and did some presets for like some of the things that came out with them for their stuff, as well as for Chord, the Chord Cronus keyboard.
Yeah.
Did presets for that, and so yeah, the NAMM show has been a great thing, and people really need to go to that. And then there was like the European equivalent of it called the Music Messe, which is not as big as it used to be, but the NAMM show it's obviously things are opened up again, so people it's a great way to connect.
Right. Good networking opportunities.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. So that's
Good to know.
that's what happened
Word.
for me. As a matter of fact, and one other thing that like the Korg, the Korg Nano Pad, the Nano
Yeah.
Pad.
I heard it in Nano Pad.
that came about because of myself and engineer named Tadeo Kosakamaki for Korg. He saw
Okay.
me playing on the HR-16B, and he came over and was like, "Wow, I've never seen anything like that. I want to get you involved with a new product, working on this and that." And when I was in Japan, then we worked on. I didn't get anything for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You like that?
yeah, but that's why that product was made. That's a 2x6 thing with like an XY square thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, kind of like
Yeah.
the chaos,
Yeah,
like the
like a
chaos
fader.
pad.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
filter fader and everything like
Yeah,
that.
it's like the chaos pad thing. So it's got that, and then the 2x6.
Yeah.
And then I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but this is
Yeah.
connected. And and then continue. In 2009, Focusrite what's the machine? Novation.
Novation.
Ah,
Yeah.
the
Novation.
Novation
Novation.
circuit. Yeah.
Novation. Before they made the what is it? What's the 64 joint? What's that called?
That's the Novation circuit. Right there,
Yeah.
ain't it?
But
Is that what
it's
that?
called something. You know that the one that Novation has. It's like 64.
Is
64.
it innovation?
No,
Yeah, it's Novation. It's called something.
For innovation system for
we might have to
circuit.
look it
Circuit.
up. Right. I thought it was a
It's called
circuit.
circuit.
What's that?
Really?
I think it's a Novation circuit.
This has
Okay.
before though. I think it's a circuit.
Okay. Well, at any rate, the artist relations person wanted to had an idea for them to create with me a pad, a signature, DFH, David Figures Haynes pad.
Oh,
And
word.
this was before I had the idea to start doing. So that's what it is, a circuit.
Yes, sir.
Before I started playing 4x4 like a Kai vibe. And so I went through the whole thing. What they do is you have 25 ideas, and if you make it down to the last 10, those are the ones that are going to get produced for that year for the company.
Right.
But
Right.
that year, Novation merged. They merged with Focusrite, so they had to start the whole process once again, and it didn't get made. So I would have had my own signature machine out on the market, but it worked out best for me because a few years later I got hooked up with Andy Mack of Akai.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Word.
So and I switched to the 4x4 thing.
No
Word.
doubt.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So I've seen like I play the pads myself. I got an MPC. And I noticed myself and other people play it as a traditional way. You know what I'm saying? What I would call it the traditional way, where
Okay.
the board is just straight. You know what I'm saying? Like this. I noticed that.
You talking about like this?
Yes, like that. Now I noticed that you take it and you angle it kind of to a corner, and that's what kind of like the pads are kind of in a diamond shape.
Okay,
What made you do that? And
I'm gonna show you.
okay,
Show you why. Because what I realized is with my right hand, like when I wanted to play, well, first of all, I looked down at the pad like it's a drum set. That's the first thing. Like if you got
Yeah.
the rack toms, you got the small tom, middle tom, and the floor tom, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to see how can I do like a kick drum and snare. The snare is normally like, it's between your legs, right? Snare,
Right next to
first
the.
tom,
Yeah.
right? The second tom, mid tom, floor tom.
Yeah.
So, but then I was like, so that's how I did the snare with the first two toms, two racks. And I put the low tom on the left because I saw I could do this kind of thing. The reason why I do my right hand, I noticed with my wrist, if I had it straight like this, look, if I want to go like, see that thumb, finger, ring,
Yeah.
index, middle, I could do that kind of thing. But it was easier if I tilted it a little bit more, so that if I wanted to do two at the same time, it wasn't stressing my wrist to have to go like that.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
No
because I
carpal
didn't want to
tunnel.
play. I looked at the machine. If I'm playing, I could look at it as playing laterally. You know what I'm saying? Up, down, like that. Like I see a lot of people doing. But I wanted to have the ability to play 2 or 3 notes at the same time. You know, it just
Right.
you know,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's
then
genius.
it's not as much stress
Right.
on my wrist.
Mind
That's
blown.
why I
Oh,
did that.
wow.
And the same thing for the left, because I mean I could go like that, right?
Right. Right.
I could go like that, but already you see I'm having to do that. But
Yeah.
if I move
You
it a
gotta
little bit,
move your whole wrist over. You gotta move your whole wrist over. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see exactly what
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
see?
Less stress. Less
So I had to
stress.
stress. That's why, you know.
That
That makes perfect sense,
Like
though.
smart, not hard.
yeah,
Right.
that's amazing.
That's why. So I was just trying to see how I could compensate between how I saw how I wanted the set, the look, um, taking the drum set and snare, high tom, mid, floor,
No
and where
doubt.
the hi would be. And because I mean I'm ambidextrous, but I write my right hand. I play mostly with my left hand. I swing it back with the right. I mean left-handed. So I play the hi hat with the left mostly. That's why I
Okay.
cross like that.
Right.
Right.
But acoustic drummers mostly, right-handed drummers, they'll cross over like that.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yep.
So I'm basically the opposite.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I put the hi-hat
It makes sense.
basically where it is. Like on some machines, like when you see it, back in the day, they used to have, it would say hi-hat. If you go
Right.
way back, older models.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
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 Yep.
So I hope that answers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's genius.
Yeah.
And
Good
that's
question,
genius,
Lito.
man.
that's
Yeah.
definitely
Great
Great
question.
something
question.
that I think that's like sets you apart from everybody else. Is something that that's your niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the first person I saw do it.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And
No,
it
it intrigued me as
makes it
well.
look
Yeah.
freaking crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, because people ask me this all the time, what are you putting the machine on? I'm like, listen, it's the
snare.
bottom of it. Like right now, this is just it's a whole snare.
A snare
Little
stand?
snare
Wow.
stand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
you know
snare
what I
stand.
thought it
That's
was.
what this is. That's what this is because I'm sitting low. But normally I sit higher when I play.
Yeah.
So I take the top off. I take the top part of the snare stand, right? Like this,
Yeah.
and then put that in the cymbal stand. So it
Mhm.
sits even higher.
Mm,
Word.
That's what I use.
That's dope.
So
Yeah.
wow. And so complete this sentence. The formula to a perfect time signature and drum machine positioning requires you to
Be comfortable. Relax.
all
Mhm.
right.
You gotta be relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Word.
can't have any tension in how you're playing, whether you're playing fast, up tempos, or if you're playing slow. You got to be able to know how to subdivide tempos. Like if it's something slower, you got 60 beats per minute.
Right.
Right.
You
Know
got to
the
feel.
double. Know the
You got to
double.
cut that in half with what you're
Right.
feeling, so
Mhm.
that you can play, so you can have good time. And that's the thing about when you're recording for people.
Yeah.
So you're not having to retrack, or if the people say, yeah, that we hired you because we want to have the human feel, but we want to have the sounds that they want to have. Okay, well
Right.
you got
Right.
to play and subdivide really well internally,
Right.
so that they're not like putting 100% quantize on your stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you lose the feeling. You
Yeah.
lose the
Yeah,
feeling because it's
absolutely.
right on the count. And,
Right.
and,
Right,
and
right.
humanly, we are thousands of seconds off. We are
Mhm.
Right.
thousands of a second off.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying? It's our natural thing.
Right.
groove has to do with the space between what you play and it's not played. Between the notes.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
lot
So that. Sorry.
deviation here and there.
Yeah. So that leads me to that leads me to another question. I just thought about this question right now. Actually, the fact that you play, um, I know you play acoustic drums already, but you finger drum acoustically as well. It just sounds like you close your eyes. I just imagine it's a real drummer playing. Have you ever played with a live band doing that before?
Yes. Yeah, a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done a lot, and again, well, it started out playing with my oldest brother. Like when he invited me, the one that gave me the RX-11. That's what I'm saying. He invited me to come over to Europe first time in '92, and then I went to a school out here for a year, in a city called Aschaffenburg, and so he had like lots of agents. He was doing really well, and so we played private jobs, private gigs, and stuff like that, and bars, clubs, and a lot of people actually liked it because, you know, they assume that, I mean, for the most part, people not they don't have control on how they play. Drums are going to be much louder
Mhm.
than if you got somebody who's got some acoustic sounding drums. You playing electronic, or even if it's with an E kit, you know, that's a lot quieter playing on those rubber pads
Yeah.
than a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because some places they have like a decibel meter.
Right.
Like, you
Right.
can't go over this. You can't, you can't
Oh,
play louder than that. So
Yeah, so you got to keep it pocket, and keep it, and that's a cool way to do it. Because I know, yeah,
yeah,
if you playing live, and I mean that take more. I think that takes more control when you playing live.
oh yeah.
To keep it within the decibel range that you
yeah,
supposed to be in. And I mean, if you feeling it, sometimes you might smack that snare. You know what I'm saying,
for
or hit
sure.
that cymbal or whatever.
Get a little
right.
too excited.
Yeah, that
Just
roll, right? That roll might get to you, and all of a sudden you could.
You know,
Right, right.
right.
but the thing about trying to transfer, playing with all the dynamics possibilities you have, like on a drum kit, to a pad. We only have we got 0 to 127, right? And
Mhm.
so if we right away be playing, the hardest point, then where you gonna go from there?
Right, right,
So
right.
obviously depending on the kind of song that you're doing, the kind of music you're doing, you may want to try to be in the ballpark of playing 100,
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
yeah,
95, 90,
yeah, yeah.
and depends on also how the sound. So you gotta, man, there's a lot of stuff to pay attention to, like what library you're using to listen to how they did the programming.
Mhm.
Like Superior Drummer 3 is got a lot of articulations to it, left and right, and but I know how, also just from my drummer background, normally how it should sound like when you want to hit the rim, including the middle of the snare.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all this is just experience stuff,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Theory. It goes into just music theory too. Just knowing what this sounds like. When you've heard it from the lowest to the highest, knowing the
Yeah.
forte, crescendos, and all of those
And,
things.
and one other thing, actually, I heard that um, Clyde Stubblefield. You know who that is, right?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out.
So, yeah, Clyde Stubblefield, when he recorded the Funky Drummer, he wasn't playing hard. He was playing actually kind of like medium level. And but a person might think when they listen to that he played a lot harder, but it was actually because of the EQing, the kind of effect on it. It sounded it's got kind of a crunch saturation type sound to it. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah. Yeah, especially with snares, you have to be really careful because, like, as we said just about a few seconds ago, yeah, like
Yeah,
snares have this certain sound depending on how you hit it on the drum set and how you hit it on the drum machine, and
yeah,
you be able to tune that correctly as well, to get it to your liking and the crowd's liking. So yes,
right.
that do
So
make a whole lot of sense.
so that's what I'm saying. Like with the 0 to 127, okay, I know, I mean, a person's not really going to be hitting the rim to get that pop sound from, say, 0 to 50. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right,
Right.
right.
Everybody's going to be driving or playing groove like that. But so the rim probably won't even be coming into maybe till about 75 or
Mhm.
above, depending on the music again, like I said.
Yeah, yeah.
So so we got to take all these things into consideration, everything when you programming and so on.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So, so about you being the drummer for Arrested Development. Uh, about that situation. Now, you tour with them, correct?
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
how was that situation, man? I just want to know because that's Milltown. That's Milltown. So we got to represent. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you was even rocking with them is super crazy.
Shout out Speak.
Shout out to Speech. You
Yes.
know, shout out to Arrested Development. Period. You know
And
what I'm
whole,
saying?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, just tell us about how touring with them was and every
Well,
you know just on that
Speech,
run.
Speech is in Atlanta. He's been in Atlanta for quite a while.
Mhm.
With Bob, I was there when Baba Tunde was still there.
Oh,
The
word.
the older guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Opportunity.
and I'm trying to remember some of the other members of the group. But how was it, man? I tell you, I never. It was like a family. It was a family vibe. Really, just real comfortable. The vibe. We had an eclectic audience too. People from all over. That's what I also really liked about playing with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never did a gig before in like in Colorado outside where you got like, I mean, it's freezing cold, but you got these heaters. So I'm like, I'm out there, t-shirt, playing, sweating, but we got these big heaters. So that I never did a gig like that. I mean, you see the mountains and snow caps and stuff. So we
Right.
played all kinds of venues. That's what I'm saying. We played. It was 2 years, man, and that just went by because we had so much. I mean, really fast because we had so much fun. When you're doing something, you're having a great time at it. The time just
Right.
goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of like our interview right now, because
Kinda
Right. Right.
Ah,
we enjoy doing this, and time is we looking at the
Yeah.
time like wow, it's rolling on us, but yeah, we gonna keep it
okay.
Keep
cracking.
moving.
Oh man. Well, like since you explained that, like being there in Germany is amazing. Now, how long have you been in Germany? And this is probably I would say a proxy question. The
Mhm.
first time you ever performed in a nightclub or what have you for people when you first did your finger drumming session, did you make jaws drop? Because I'm sure you had to make someone in there be like, wait a minute, I have to get closer to this stage to witness what I'm actually witnessing.
Right.
Well, I've been here since 2012, but not the whole time. I mean, this time, yeah, this time. But the first time I came to Germany was in '92, like I was saying before, and I
Right.
started going to a school there in Aschaffenburg.
Shuffle.
I think the first most important impression that I made was there was something called the drummers meeting in Koblenz. Koblenz is a city that's near Frankfurt, if y'all heard of that.
Yeah.
Frankfurt.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And so there was a drummer named Terry Bozzio. They used to play with Frank Zappa.
Ah.
Okay.
Yes.
Terry Bozzio, if you look at if you go and look at any pictures of his drum kit looks like an Apollo capsule. He's got like 5 bass drums, 11 toms, right? 42 cymbals.
Wow. So it was like that man was like on a typewriter on that drum machine, just going back and forth.
On the
No,
on
no,
the
I'm talking about real drums. That's what he has.
right,
Real,
Drum
I
set.
said, yeah,
Sorry,
I'm like,
pardon
he
me.
said set.
Pardon me.
huge, like the biggest you can imagine, right? And so he was there at the club. It was called Cafe Colt, and I was playing with my brother, and he came over and he was like, I've never seen anything like that in my life. How you doing that? So, but for me, like I said, man, what I do is it's so natural for me. I'm not so much. I'm challenging myself, and I'm also seeing like every day there's new things, especially when I'm teaching. I'm learning more and more. Because I'm like, oh, I didn't take that. I never took that approach. So now I'm gonna try that because of seeing what others are doing.
Right.
Can you tell us
Yeah.
about your Can you tell us about your course?
Okay. Well, I have been using Skype, but now I'm going to start using Zoom, and it's primarily for people who want to play 4x4 grid, for either the acoustic drumming application or the live beat making, either.
Okay.
But I teach a lot of timekeeping exercises because I think a lot of people overlook the importance of that.
Oh yeah.
Like I was talking about before, when you're recording and you got to click, and you have to
Yeah.
follow the metronome, and
Yeah.
so many ideas that we come up with. I mean, if you have a sample, right? One sample could be like at a particular tempo,
Mhm.
but you could flip that in so many different ways.
Mhm.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Or how you approach it, or
Mhm.
how you may approach a melody, a piano passage or whatever. So I teach people to not necessarily to follow what I'm teaching them, but to be able to think out of the box, to be able, as well as it's important, show them the importance of listening to other musicians, to many styles of music. Like I
Right.
said, because that's what has helped me um, um, uh, with my playing and my concepts. So the finger drumming courses in the beginning, it has to do with the rudiments, timekeeping, for the most part, and then I expand from there.
Okay.
Depending on what where the person wants to go with it. Some people just look at it as a hobby. Oh, this is fun. It looks fun. I want to learn. Right? Kind of like how I think a lot of people that are on melodics, they're like, oh, okay, this is kind of like the Guitar Hero concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Guitar Hero because I played that all the time growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did too. I did too. I actually
yeah,
started playing DJ Hero too. That was
yeah.
pretty.
That was dope.
No doubt. Hey, yo, one more question from me. Maybe even two, but let me press time. We got like 8 minutes left. Can you give me
Oh
a
man,
five? Can you give me a top five NPCs?
top 5 NPCs.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
And if you can't, like with the NPCs, you're gonna say top five controllers, just any drum machine in general.
I can, but the thing is, for me, I look at it more or less from the pads, the feel of the pads, as well as what the machine does.
Right.
I didn't have. I told you the one retro machine I had was the 2000.
Hmm.
I wish I had the one after that because then I could have the what was that? Yeah, the SCSI. If y'all
Yeah,
remember the
yeah.
SCSI drives, I Omega drives and all of that. You know, I wish I had the next one, but I had the 2500 that I was using at some point. I like that one. I never used the 4000 or the 5000. I like the studio that when they came out with that because that was small and really portable. I didn't really dig the 500 because they changed. It was like 3 rows of three or something like that. The 500, if you remember that.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that one.
Yeah, that one got pushed out.
I really liked at some point. I mean, I was using the Ren for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Live 2 and the X are my main machines that I'm using.
Word.
Oh man,
Word.
yes,
Live 2 is championed around here. I'm trying to tell
yes.
you.
And
Yeah,
I,
a lot. Everybody done
champion.
said it.
Yeah.
Everybody done said it. It's
I-
like
Yeah.
the one would have been that one, but then they put that speaker on there, and it's like, oh,
Hey
let's
man,
go.
I have to concur though because I am a proud NPC one owner though. I mean,
Okay.
for me,
Yeah.
it's just perfect for me.
Yeah.
I just don't like the
Cool.
battery.
Who here has the stems? Who ordered the stem feature?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. I don't even use I usually just use BandLab to separate sounds, but I
Gotcha.
haven't used the stems yet, But yeah, I've been seeing some mixed reviews for that.
Yeah.
Real fast. Do you have a
Okay.
top five finger drummers list?
Top 5. I can't really say that I do. There, I can mention some names.
Yeah.
They do obviously. I've seen A-Rap music what he's done. I think from more of a DJ live, club atmosphere. What he brought to the table, was something different.
Yeah.
I think from a piano side, Jeremy Ellis brought something different. There's the one cat that plays with the Roots, and I can't remember his name, unfortunately.
Man, I
Questlove.
seen him. No, it's
No,
not Questlove.
not
It's not
Questlove?
Questlove. No,
I ain't
it's
talking
like
about
a curly hair. It's like a curly hair,
Yeah.
guy, like long curly hair,
Yeah.
and he plays like two. Those circle pad. If you can, oh my god,
Yeah, yeah.
no,
He
those
plays the
circle
push.
pads.
He plays the push. Ableton push.
But no, but he has like two of them. No, he
Mm,
going crazy. I seen him at Summerfest opening up
Yeah.
for the Roots,
Okay.
and he had like a whole like he played for about 30, 45 minutes, man.
Damn.
Almost.
But then again, to me, he's kind of like more of a like live production, making MIDI clips and have something repeat for like 2 bars or 4 bars or something like
Right.
that. But what he's creating is great though.
Yeah.
So, but I just can't. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name.
We're
right
gonna
now.
find it. We're gonna find it.
So
All right.
yeah,
We're gonna have
yeah.
it for the video. We're gonna have it for the video. But yeah. Anybody else?
You know what? There's one guy that's from Cuba actually, who keeps sending me videos over and over.
Not
And-
Poncho Trackman, is it?
What's that?
Not Poncho Trackman, is it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nah, because this guy's a real percussionist. See, that's why I'm, he caught my eye and my ear because of the timing. See, that's what I'm saying.
right.
To me, that's what really divides one person from another. I mean,
Oh yeah.
of course, there's beats by Jay Black, who he does what he does. But again, I think there's a lot of guys that are somewhat similar in a particular similar camp as far as what I hear from the timing aspect.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that because I hear that acutely because I'm a professional drummer and who I've played with. So, but I respect what they've done and are doing, and so that's pretty much what I have to say. Yeah.
Hey, so as we close out, what's next for David Fingers Hines? Haynes. What do you have anything you're working on any projects, or are you going on tour soon?
Well, like I said, yeah, definitely going to be working on a sample library, and I'm also going to be. I've partnered with a charity organization to be helping children, less fortunate children who don't have instruments
Bless
that
you.
want to play. You know what's really crazy, right? My best friend's name is Anthony Brown from Cincinnati. And I get a call, like I started playing with this guy named Niels Mendoki, who's from Denmark, just to show you how crazy, abstract, how everything
Right.
comes together. You can't write it, right? And so I've been working with Niels for about a year, and then I work with his brother, Chris. I just got off the tour with him. He's a jazz bassist. And then Niels wrote me about, like he's engaged now to Maite. Maite was Prince's his ex-wife, and I was there when they actually had their wedding engagement party at Paisley.
Oh,
We didn't talk about that. Really get into that.
wow.
Working with Prince, and so Niels took over the charity, Prince's charity. It was called Love for One Another, and now it's called Live for Love. And so through their discussion, Maite and Niels was saying, hey, do you know some musicians that want to get involved with this? And so because of my background, because of what I went through, because I was in a children's home, dealt with depression, all of that, definitely that's something that's true to me. And so I'm just saying, it's really funny that this child that wants to learn to play drums, his name is Anthony Brown, also just like my best friend. That's crazy. I got to do it.
Oh, Wednesday, man.
But yeah, man, we gotta close up, man. That's our show, the Pad Masters Radio Show. Yo, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.